Hey, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to be talking about esports. Well, what most of you guys perceive it as esports. Today I'm going to be telling you that I don't think it's actually esports. To call it a sport is a bit of a lie, because to be called it a sport, it would have to do something with physical activity. Gaming is not physical. It's more about the mentality and how you play it. Obviously, most of these people aren't very physically fit. As you can see with this photo here, the guy is holding Doritos on one hand, Mountain Dew on the right. Yes, every person in the gaming community looks like this. Just kidding. I didn't mean to scare you off. They actually look like this. Models. All of them. All the good players, you have to look like that, or you have no possible chance of playing. Just kidding. You don't have to look like that at all. Most of the people look average, just like that guy right there. Normal people. Just like you and me. Now, today we're going to be talking about why competitive gaming should be looked upon as a high regard. First of all, it has a good following, and there's a lot of skill when it comes to required for these games. First of all, and the reason you should look upon me to be talking about this is because I've spent hours upon hours on these games. I can't actually play all of these games, but I've spent a couple of days upon days playing Super Smash Bros. And League of Legends, games that are very high skill cap. So today we're going to be talking about skill. Games like I mentioned before, League of Legends and Super Smash Bros., but as well as Dota 2, CSGO, Call of Duty. All of these games have some of these traits in common. You have to have fast reflexes. You have to be able to be good. You have to be fast on your feet. You have to think very, very much. You have to have teamwork. Now, first, I was going to be talking about fast reflexes. If you don't have fast reflexes, you're going to be caught. You're going to be caught off guard, which is a bad thing. Fast reflexes is kind of like dribbling in basketball. If you're not good at dribbling at basketball, you're gonna be taking the ball away from you. You're gonna lose the game because of that. And second thing I was going to be talking about is teamwork. Teamwork is vital. You can be the best player in the world, but games like League of Legends and CSGO, as well as Call of Duty, they all require teamwork. You may be the best, but if you can't talk to your people, communicate, you won't be able to win without having people behind your back. Now, that being said, I would like to bring up the idea of gaming being like chess. Now you might be wondering, chess, why would it be like chess? Because you always have to be 5 steps ahead of your opponent. Why would you want to do that? Well, it's simple, because the opponent also wants to win, and they're trying to beat you. So if you're 5 steps ahead of your opponent, you're always going to win. Now, that may be hard because you also have to take in consideration that you have to have fast reflexes. The games are very fast-paced, and things happen very quickly. Now, that's very hard. As you can see in this video, these people playing, they're doing many things in like 30 seconds. It's very hard to actually communicate what they're doing without spending a half a day on just talking about that. Now, that being said, people love to watch this. There are hundreds of thousands of people who watch this. There's a big following for this. There's this website on the internet called Twitch. It's kind of like the ESPN of sports. Now, there are people who watch this daily. Hundreds of thousands of people, like I said, who watch this and love every second of it. Now, people will be like, how can you watch that? It's like, it's entertaining to you, it's entertaining to them, like you watching football, basketball, soccer on a weekend. Now, talking about the community, I remember 2015, August 29th, 2015, the highest peak viewership has happened. It was like 7.3 million people watching concurrently in one day. That's crazy. As you can see, there are people who actually put a lot of time and watch this. Now, talking about viewership, there's also huge prize pools for these games. Gaming, the biggest one that I could think of is the one for Dota 2, the International 2016. The prize pool for that is $20 million. Yes, $20 million. Now, I don't get how people can do this and win $20 million. First place gets $9.5 million, which is ridiculous. Like, to win that from one single tournament. Now, a tournament, some of you might not know, is kind of like the Super Bowl. It's like they play games against each other to see who is the best. That's basically what they're trying to compete for. As you can see, it's not as big as football and soccer. They don't make as much money as them, but it's still looked upon. It's crazy. I also want to talk about sponsors. There are also people sponsoring these people, like people in NASCAR. It's when you see the cars, like in this photo, there's dozens, hundreds of logos on these cars. Well, it's not to that extent for gaming, but there are people who sponsor and give free money, basically, to these people. Now, people like Geico, Red Bull, to name a few, that give them money to travel to these tournaments and represent their brand. But there are also basketball players like Shaq, who also sponsor people, like Mewtwo King, who is one of the top 5 best players in the world for Super Smash Bros. Melee. So yeah, as you can see, there is a huge community for this game, for these games. Not only Super Smash Bros. Melee, but as well as League of Legends, Dota 2. Now, I think that's all I need to talk about for today. I hope you guys learned something about competitive gaming and how you perceive it. Thank you and have a nice day.